All right, I think we're in. Okay, so um, I don't know, man. Welcome back to another. I don't even know what to be like. I guess a live stream. I haven't done a live stream like this before, but yeah, we're here. We're here, and we're gonna be working on ballistics, um, our ballistics gelatin head mold. Um, I this is 100 not 100%. I mean, I didn't design this by myself, but I did go on the internet and find. I guess I'll just kind of walk you through the process of what I did. I don't mind sharing it. Eventually, when I'm done with this file, I'll probably release it for free. Doesn't make a difference to me. But what I started with was kind of just a regular head model, not hollowed out, not nothing. And what I was trying to do really was I was trying to build around this, or build not build around it, but kind of build it from the inside out. I wanted to hollow it out, so what I would do is I would press the body, and then I would shell, and what that would do is it would how do you say it would really fuck up your computer. It would like fucking fry it, like it would fry it to the max, and it just wouldn't process. And so I gave up on that. And so I thought, okay, well, let me try and export every surface here, and not export it. What is extrude? I gotta extrude every surface here. Still didn't work. If I extruded either surface, number one, it would give me an error. But even at that, you'd be messing with the model's geometry. I mean, there's a lot of geometry here. You know what I mean? You don't want to really mess with nothing like that, because then you're compromising everything else. You're going to be compromising the detail of your dummy. So that was another no go for me. And I think I was going back and forth with ChatGPT, and it said something about using the head model as a negative. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? So I started talking to ChatGPT back and forth. I'm like, what do you mean use it as a negative? And they said, okay, so you're gonna make a box, or it didn't say box, but it said something. It said you're gonna make something over the head, and then you use the head as a tool to cut it out. So I'm like, oh my god, I know exactly what fucking this robot's talking about. He wants me to make it like a box, or like a square, or it could be a circle, or it could be whatever shape around it. It could be any shape around this three-dimensionally, and you can literally just use this. It takes every single surface, and instead of extruding it, you cut it, and you use it as a tool. And so that's what I did. First, I kind of orientated the head on how I'd want it to print, and then we gotta sketch a box, and I start in the middle, um, just so I can get it going. And then of course you make the box, and I think it's right about here's when I make that cut, and we actually cut the whole entire head. And so you see the head there, and then now it's gone. We have now a cavity, which is what we wanted in the first place. We wanted a cavity. We didn't want um, something stupid. We wanted something that we could use. So that's how we did that. And I went with the shape of a square. And when we talk about a square, we're not just talking about a square. We're talking about a really, really efficient shape. Something efficient, something that's gonna print fast, print well, it's something that's gonna last. And so I went with a square. I went with a cube. All right, and I went with a cube because, well, number one, there's a really deep depth in here, right? And so we really don't want to compromise it with the material, and so with how thin the material would be if we used any other shape. So a cube felt like I really aligned the head to make sure there was a lot of filament between here and the heat. You got to remember we're going to be heating up the gelatin. So depending on what kind of filament you use, it should work. I'm testing in a PLA, and I've gone through a bunch of test pieces, but I'm not going to bore you with the rest of what I've done. Obviously, this a head is too big to print on like a Solval SV06 or what is it, a K1C Reality. Um, so you gotta kind of chop it up a little bit into pieces, and so you chop it up a two, three, four, B one, two, three, four. Okay, so I'll just type that one. So here's our first half right here, right? We have our first half here. Um, what I've done so far, I've gone through a lot of iterations of this, and I'll just. Oh, hold on, wait! I just realized my audio went away. I don't have the audio, so I'll just resize this here in a bit. But what this has here, I'm just gonna kind of show both here. Okay, what this has here is it doesn't matter. What this has here is some pegs. They kind of lock in. I didn't want to go with this design anymore. Number one, because we're gonna have to cut to make it fit. This is kind of just like a proof of concept kind of deal. Like, okay, can we actually do this? And I actually did pour gelatin into one of these, and it worked really nice. But obviously these pegs weren't gonna last. I was scared, honestly, that they would, number one, break, and then number two, they're not. They don't make a very tight seal. I mean, yeah, that has to do with the tolerances and stuff, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like they could be, smaller, shorter, or whatever. But that was kind of a proof of concept, and then we kind of scaled it up a little bit, and I actually have an even scaled up one, but this one I went with pegs on top to kind of connect them, and then when you connect the sides, because you got to remember, these are just pegs, right? I mean, they just go on there, but if you do a light test, you'll actually see that it's not the most airtight. You can see that there's enough, if there's room for light to escape, there's room for the gelatin mixture to escape. So that's why the pegs weren't viable. That's why I did away with the pegs, and I went for something more airtight, like a seal, or I don't even know what you would call this, honestly. I really don't know what it's called. It just looks like a border. And so I have the border kind of come in, and it kind of just locks everything nice and tight in place. Even if there is a leak, you have that border to protect everything from leaking out. As long as you don't see any light coming through it, you should be fine. I know these edges look a little rough. I don't know what happened to the Bamboo Mini. I print everything on the Bamboo Mini that's going to be proof of concept, and then anything that actually gets printed is going to get printed in nylon carbon fiber. But yeah, that's my whole little tangent on what I've been doing and how I've been kind of testing everything. And I mean, of course, you can use this and you can make your own ballistics dummies and sell them and make a little profit on the side. That's always fun, but you really do want to think about, you know, just kind of learning it, man. Just learning it because it's fun. I mean, this shit's fun. Okay, check it out. My problem is, we have all these parts, but we don't have no way to connect them. You see what I mean? So we're gonna start with this. We're gonna start with these. I'm not even gonna label them. We're just gonna create a sketch. I'll create a sketch up here. And right about now is when I'll actually pull out my calipers, and I'll just kind of look for reference at how big a hole actually is on here. And so if we have a diameter of 27, looks pretty good. 27 looks good. 27 for a small one, and then 45 for a big one. So 27 or 45 would look great on this. 27, and what about 45? Ooh, 45 looks pretty nice. That's looking pretty good. We might have to do 45. I don't think a 45 could, but for sure down here would look nice. 45, 45, and then probably a 25 down there for that one. I might have to do it. Okay, I'm gonna do it right here. Oh shit, cancel. Kinda wanna do it. Oh no, like right there. We could do maybe a 40. Or 35. We could do 35. Alright, now I'm just copying and pasting. This one I'm not gonna make it a 35. I'm gonna actually make this a 20. Okay, maybe a 25. I wanna say that should work. And then what's gonna happen is, oh, but hold on, wait. We need to make a smaller circle on the inside. So we want to make it, I don't know, 24.75, 24.5, 24.25. I would say 24.25. That seems good. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, now we're gonna, guess we're gonna have to just get these one by one. Okay. So, can we mirror? If we mirror, we're gonna have to mirror on something. So I would rather just make a pattern. As long as we get it over here, we can make the adjustment. Oh no, wait, it would have to be a mirror. I need to find the midpoint between this one and this one. What do I want to do? Well, they don't need to be perfectly symmetrical to each other. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How many did I count? Okay. Oh, but if you move the pattern's going to move with it too. This is stupid. Just do mirror. But now you gotta do the mirror line. $290. What the fuck? I can't type it in. Why won't it let me type it in? Okay, so it would have to be right here then, right? Probably gonna have to make a construction plane. Which I could have sworn I already did. Oh no, but I didn't get the distance. That's right. So if I want the right distance, I could probably just use that sketch line. Ooh, okay. That looked good. I like that. Okay, I like that better. So 145. Let's build a construction plane. I want to start it right here, but go negative 145. Ah, what the fuck? Is that the one? Where the fuck is it? Why can't I see it? Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, that has to be it. Yeah, it has to be right on that line. Yeah, it is. Okay. Cool. So we got our new construction line. And this is the midway point between both of these parts. So now, I mean, if I want, I can just come back in here and probably just delete this. And we're good. You have the inside and outside diameters. What is that sketch? I don't know what that sketch is for. Okay. So I think I'll just have the pegs come out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh wait, we gotta finish sketch. I'm probably gonna have to do that all over again. Oh no, we don't. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, I think actually, and I think I wanted them to come up around, not 10, maybe like around 4. Let's see. Yeah, maybe about 10. Maybe about 5. Okay. So yeah, you just gotta come in here and pretty much just okay. Now I'm gonna hide the, and we're gonna do these now. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna extrude. Oh, can't see the sketch. What the fuck is that? The foot? I don't know why it looked like that for. Bro. honestly, sometimes I feel like it doesn't even go deep enough. So I'm actually going to go about 5.5 with this cut. There we go. Nice. So all of these should be the big holes. Just come in and verify with our eye. Yep. 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 And yep. And then these should be the small holes. Yep. 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 And yep. Okay. So we got all that done. Whew, okay. That's a lot, dude. That's a lot to fucking do. I don't know about y'all, but that shit's crazy. Okay. We got that done. Oh yeah, now we gotta do this. Now we gotta do these ones. And this should go by fast, honestly. This shit should go by so fast. I'm just gonna make another sketch right here. Make this about 45. Okay, maybe 40. Or maybe 35. 35 is good. Maybe just put it like about right there. That should be good. I'm just gonna control C and V. I'll just put one up here too. And that's good. And then this one I'll just kind of make my own. I feel like this one should have two. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put 2 on this one. I'm gonna put one here. I'm gonna do about 10. Maybe 20. We could do about 20 each. Okay. We have to do the same thing. Take all that. Ah, shit. Fuck, fuck, fuck. And you know what? I just realized there's an easier way. Okay, yeah, we got it. Yes. And then now. We do the outside one. Okay. Oh, fuck. Motherfucker. I think after this I should probably be done. I'll probably just try and load it into Orca Slicer and just see what happens. There we go. Yeah, I think these are ready to be attached. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I think I'm gonna pause the stream real quick. I'm gonna go and export these files, and then we'll just see what happens from there. Okay, we're back. We're gonna load in all the pieces. Well, I'm gonna load in one piece at a time and just see what it looks like. We're gonna start with number 4. So right away, I already knew this one was gonna be too big, but let's just kind of lay it down how. So if you do end up getting this file, you're gonna want to lay it down. And then you're gonna want to probably shrink it to about 98. Oh, dude, I can't believe it worked. That's cool. Okay, let's see if it actually slices. I don't know if it is. This is getting interesting. Looks like it's gonna work. Should have supports on. If this works, I have a feeling everything else is probably gonna work. Yeah, looks like everything stayed. It's gonna take 1 day to do this. 1 day and 13 hours. Okay. So if A1 works, or A4, what about this one? We're at 98. We shrunk it down to 98. Okay, yeah, this is gonna have to work. So we're gonna rotate it. We'll rotate it anyways. Okay. Number 2 works. Or number 1, number 2. This is number 2. Okay, that's number 2. We're gonna shrink it down. And then finally number 3. Oh yeah. If this works like that, it's definitely gonna work. Okay. Wow. Now it's just a matter of is it possible to make this use less plastic, make it use less. I mean, 98% is not bad. And it looks like it's just those pegs right there. Not even anything really dramatic. Or maybe this whole side too. Yeah. So it's literally just these pegs. By how many millimeters? I made it 5 millimeter. So we could probably cut it down. If I can cut them down, it would be perfect. But what about if we just even do 99? Okay, so it would have to be 98.75, 98.25. Okay, 98.25 works. Because what's the 100? It's not like a little bit bigger. I would say this is probably fine. Because I can probably even just put some support blockers here. That might work. The right way to fix this would just be to edit these and just call it a day. Get that shit out. Which I'll probably end up just doing that. I don't even know how, by how much. Like, I don't even know what that is. From here to, I guess from here to here. So I'm just gonna use my real world caliper to kind of zero this shit. So that's 9.3. So this is just over by 4. I'll probably need to make those pegs like about maybe like 4, maybe 3. But honestly, this isn't bad. This is not bad. Damn, I guess since I still have it up. Fuck it, let's just do it. It should do it on bow. We're gonna do instead. So That's almost 3. Just want to know what the length is from right here to right there. If this is 5, then what the fuck is this? I feel like 4 should do it. I'm just gonna do 4. There, that should do it. Okay. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright. I'm about to fucking head out, but this shit looks like it's gonna work. Everything works at 100% skill, and then this is at 50% skill. So I think everything's gonna work out. Oh shit. Where, bro? Where? This one here? Yeah, sometimes you gotta have the backs face each other. I mean, obviously, if you're gonna be making this shit to scale, you're not gonna be fucking putting everything on one plate. You're gonna want to print everything separately, and by itself, because if you do this all at once, that's like a recipe for disaster. You do not want to do that. Another one, A3. What's A3? It's conflicting with what? I don't know, but it should work. I'm gonna end the stream here. That's enough bullshit.